It's up. Where is this one? That side. Yeah, this one is nice.
Really?
Just wipe. Okay, close the door now, please.
Don't come back in like this.
Yes.
What was the tea? Spectry.
Hi, everyone.
Hi everyone.
Okay.
And say hello to your friends, mommy.
Not now.
Mommy said not
I'm gonna
now.
say one hello, mommy.
I said not now.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
That wasn't nice of you. She didn't listen to mommy.
Wait, I'm gonna
You,
go to
you,
school.
you should have said sorry.
Sorry.
To who?
Sorry.
Okay.
Now the kitchen is going to go away. Mommy wants this door closed.
Hey, I'm gonna go to school. I can ironing in there.
Why is it dark?
Huh? I'm gonna go to school.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Crafts. If your crochet ages, what am I saying? Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If your crochet ages are uneven, your project keeps like getting wider for no reason, or your stitches just don't look right, this live is for you. So today we are talking about your biggest struggle in crochet, and yeah, let's chat in the chat and let me know where you're watching me from. If you know anybody who is into crochet, please share this live with them. So Rain from Crochet Crafts. I teach beginner friendly tutorials, and today we are fixing your mistakes once and for all. Okay, so let's start with the biggest one, which is tension, so that you see what I'm talking about, how important is having the right tension. And if you don't do the right tension, like have the right tension, and then your work would look different. So this is a very tight stitches. These are very tight stitches, and these are very loose stitches. Okay, very loose. But actually, if you look at this, it's a B. It's nice on its way, but on its own, in its own way. But it's very open and airy. So yeah, so unless you're aiming for this, but these stitches are very loose. And if your hands hurt while you crochet, it means your tension might be too tight, or your stitches look very messy and stretchy like this one here. It means your tension may be too loose. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate to you here. What you need to do is you need to relax your grip. You need to hold your yarn, your yarn comfortably. Some they hold it like so, and some they hold it like so. I hold it like so, right? So it's crossing my index there. Some they want to lift their index so that they'll have space to yarn over. But as for me, I've noticed that I'm faster when my index is relaxed like that, and then I can move it like that, like so, and then I crochet. Okay, so make sure you do what's comfortable for you, and everything will go well, and you won't have pain or when you're crocheting, no stuff like that. So okay, so I'm just showing you how you can crochet without having to worry. Just do what's comfortable for you. So that is mistake number one, beginners do. So yeah, the only fix here is to make sure do what's comfortable for you. Relax your, like I said, your index finger, and also just do what's comfortable for you when it comes to the hook, whether you want to hold it like like a like a pen, like so, or you want to hold it like a knife. It's all up to you, as long as you do what's comfortable for you. So you see, as for me, crocheting like a pencil, I mean like a pen, it's a bit I'm a bit slow when I crochet like that, but like I said, again, do what's comfortable for you. You know, you don't need to do like what I'm doing. Just try both ways and see what's comfortable for you, and then you go with that. Okay, and also the other thing, make sure that you have, if your arm hurts, make sure that you put a cushion under your arm, like rest your arm on the cushion so that it's you are comfortable. It's not hanging in the air, because that's the other thing that will make you feel painful when you're crocheting. So yeah, so that's mistake number one is done. Okay, now we go to mistake number two.
I like mistake number two, mommy.
So like I said, guys, before I move to mistake number two, crochet should not feel painful If it hurts, which means something is wrong. So next, so I'm going to ask in the chat, like, do you crochet tight or do you crochet loose? Tell me in the chat. And now we go on to mistake number 2. Mistake number 2 is not counting your stitches. Always make sure you count your stitches, and this one causes much frustration. So this is what I've been working on, right? This is what I've been working on, guys. Right, this is what I've been working on, and I always make sure that I count my stitches to avoid, realizing my mistakes later. So I count the stitches, right? I always count my stitches because I know it's not nice to count your stitches all the time. But it also helps that if you count your stitches, it also helps that as you crochet, your piece grows, evenly, and the sides also will be straight, as you can see here. And so if your project keeps growing wider and you do not know why, you are probably adding too many stitches at the end. That is the reason why. So you need to always count your stitches and always make sure that at the end of each row you have the same number of stitches you started with right at the bottom here. Right, let's say if I started my round with 20 stitches, after 50 rounds or 100 rounds I should have still 20 stitches. Okay, I started crocheting recently with your tutorials. Thank you so much. Anyway, so how is it going for you?
Are you almost done? Are you almost done? Yes.
Now, so that is mistake number 2 that people do. That is mistake number 2, not counting your stitches. And when you are at the end, then you realize, oh no, my work is not even, and then you have to unravel and start again. So to avoid all that, just make sure you count your stitches every time. Maybe maybe let's say you are doing like 50 rows, count maybe after 10 rows so that you still know that you are on the right track. So guys, if you're enjoying this live, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and share this live with people who are beginners. And so the other thing, when it comes to what is it, mistake number 2, which is not counting your stitches, the other a tip, let me put it that way, I can give you is always use stitch markers, right? They are very helpful. Always use your stitch markers at the first, right, starting of your row to the end of the row. Always use stitch markers. What's up today? And then, so this is very helpful for beginners. It's very, very helpful for beginners, because if you're a beginner, you don't know what your stitches are. So what I'm saying here is that make sure, let's say, I'm going to make an example here so that you will see what I'm talking about and how you can fix all these mistakes, avoid these mistakes. Okay, so I am going to make a chain, make a slip knot and chains, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm making my chains here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right now, before you start any stitch, grab your stitch marker. Just take a stitch marker, or it can be a paper clip, it can be your hairpin, it can be anything. But make sure you just grab your stitch marker. It can be another color. Let's say I'm using white right now. It can be pink to just mark the first stitch. So now let's say I'm doing a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. Now I do a double crochet, right? I do a double crochet like that, and then I'll take my stitch marker and place that, you see that stitch there. Let me see, this stitch here, this stitch here, that's where you're going to place your stitch marker, right there. Place it right there. By doing so, you will know that is your first stitch. You will not get confused. Okay. Okay, now I'm just carrying on. I'm just doing this so that I can show you how to place your stitch markers at the end and at the beginning of your row. I know it might sound like something that is not important, but trust me, it's very important to keep your work, your edge of the work of your work clean, nice and straight, and for you not to miss any skip any stitch. You get me? Now this is the last one. So when you reach to the when you are done with the last stitch, just make sure you turn, right? 1, 2, because it's a double crochet, so we chain 3 and then we turn, right? And then when you are starting again here, make sure you mark that stitch again. Make sure you mark that stitch when you're starting here. And then you take your marker and then you mark your stitch. It's very important if you want your work to be nice and neat. Okay, the clean, nice edge, and then you carry on. Okay, you see right there. So when you're going back, you know that this is where my last stitch is. So when you're on the last stitch, you remove the marker and then place another double crochet and then chain 1, you turn back, you take the, remove this again, you see, just like that. By doing so, you will not lose any stitch. So now we are done with mistake number 2, which is not counting your stitches, right? So mistake number 3 people do is the turning chain confusion. There is a turning chain confusion. This one confuses so many beginners, especially when you're doing the US versus UK terms. Okay, you know, when it comes to US and UK terms, it's a bit confusing if you're a beginner. It's very, very confusing if you're a beginner. But let's just focus on turning chain for now, then I'll explain the US and UK terms. So the turning chain confusion is when chain 1 does not count as a stitch, when chain 2 or chain 3 might count, when what did I say? I said when chain 2 or chain 3 might count, and why edges look like wavy, right? So I'm going to demonstrate to you and show you, or rather I'm going to show you how it looks when the edges are like wavy like that. So this is what I have here with me, and as you can see, that is straight. That's a straight, nice edge, right? But if you look at this side, it's not straight, right? It's sort of like slanted. It goes like that and like this, like that. So that is the mistake we are trying to fix. So make sure that you always, because when you have a pattern with you, it usually tells you if the turning chain is counts as a stitch. So right now, let's say we have a pattern and the pattern says the turning chain counts as a stitch. So when I'm saying turning chain, I mean, remember we chain 1 here, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do a double crochet like I did in the last row here, and then we're going to turn, right? That's a turning chain, right? So in most patterns it will tell you whether the turning chain counts as a stitch or not. So right now we are counting it as a stitch. So if you're counting as a stitch, there won't be any need for you to make a double crochet in the first stitch. There won't be any need for you to make a double crochet into that very first stitch, because if you do that, then this counts as a double crochet. Then you're going to have too many stitches. Your stitch you would have added another stitch. Okay, so for you not to, so make sure that you know, and you know if the pattern says turning chain counts as a stitch or not. So in this case right now we are counting as a stitch, so we're not going to make another double crochet here. So if the pattern says it does not count as a stitch, then we'll make a double crochet in there, because we are not counting this turning chain as a stitch. I hope I'm clear, guys. I hope I'm clear, but anyway, I'm going to repeat that. So the turning chain, you should check on your pattern you are using. If it says the turning chain counts as a stitch, do not crochet into that first stitch. If it says it does not count as a stitch, the turning chain does not count as a stitch, then crochet into that very first stitch. Okay, so we are not, right now we are not counting that as a stitch, so we are going to insert our hook in there and then we yarn over. Now we've got 1 2 3, and then we do a double crochet, because this stitch, this pattern we're using does not count a turning chain as a stitch. Okay, so we are going to, so you just carry on with the pattern. So that's where the confusion is. I hope I was clear. That is the mistake number 4. Is it mistake number 4? Let me see. No, it's mistake number 3. That is mistake number 3. So make sure that you you count, you read what's on your pattern and you don't miss stuff like that, because if you miss it, then you might not add, you might count the turning chain as a stitch, yet the pattern says the turning chain does not count as a stitch. Okay, so you must be very careful with that, because once you count it as a stitch, you might be losing stitches, or you don't count it as a stitch, then you might be losing stitches. So I'm here to show you now at the end, if the pattern counts one double, thus turning chain as a stitch, so which means if it counts, then we have to do another double crochet into that stitch, because we are counting those 3 chains is our first stitch, right? So can you see that? Look at this edge from here to here, it's very straight, right? But if you keep on losing your stitches, then it's not going to be nice. All right, so that's mistake number 3. And now I have a tip for you in terms of the US and UK terms. And the first tip I have for you is always read your pattern carefully. It will tell you if the turning chain counts as a stitch or not, like I said. So always read your pattern carefully. It will tell you if the turning chain counts as a stitch or not. So have you ever been confused by turning chains? Let me know in the chat below. So now, if you're learning something new today, make sure you like this live, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. Is it the US? Is it South Africa? Is it UK? Let me know.
I'm watching from here.
Okay.
But I also live in here.
Okay, so next, mistake number 4. So mistake number 4 has to do with this. That's mistake number 4 that most beginners do, is using the wrong hook size. Guys, it's very important. Let me give an example why I say it's very important. Because imagine, let's say we have an assignment, right? Somebody says, okay, I want you to crochet a cardigan for me, and let's say we are 2, and the person gives me 4 millimeter hook, and yarn, and the person also gives the same thing, same size and same yarn to the next person, if the let's say the next person uses a 5 millimeter hook and they're going on and use a 3 millimeter hook, the fabric is not going to be the same. The other one is going to be too tight and probably right, maybe. The other one is going to be a little bit loose and big. So the size is not going to be the same. So it is important that you pick the right hook size, because if you want something, in my other videos, I can't remember which video exactly, I mentioned that you small hook is equals to, it's small hook plus thick yarn, right, does not go along, right? But if you want using thing effect, don't stress yourself, because most of the time yarn comes with the labels. If you check on the labels, it will show you what hook size you should use, what is the recommended size for that particular yarn. So you shouldn't, bother yourself at all. Just look at the label of your yarn and then it will tell you what hook size you need. Okay,
No, that's confusing.
now so if your fabric looks a bit like stiff, like cardboard, your hook might be too small. If your project looks full of holes, your hook might be too big. But trust me, you won't go wrong if, Alicia Norman, if you just check your label and see what hook they recommend. And if maybe by the end of the day you realize that your tension is loose, and or your tension is too tight. So if your tension is too loose, go a hook size up, right? Just one hook size up. If your tension is tight, go a hook size down. Okay, simple as that. So that's mistake number 4.
Oh,
And I we fixed it, right? Now, so always check your label. It gives recommended hook size. So mistake number 5, not reading the pattern properly. That's mistake number 5 for beginners. And many beginners say patterns are hard, but the problem is not the pattern, it's understanding the abbreviations. Because, for example, we have CSC, which is single crochet, and we have, okay, let me just write it down. So, yeah.
after this, we must do school.
Okay, so we have crochet abbreviations, right? So so I'm going to give you an example of crochet abbreviations, simple example. And I know there is UK, US, and UK terms, right? UK and US terms. We are not, okay, let me just give you a tip when it comes to this, because this is very, very confusing, especially if you're a beginner. So when I was a beginner, I only focused on UK term, US term. I never tried to look at both, because it is really confusing. So I suggest don't look at both, just pick one, whether you want to use the US term or whether you want to use the UK term, and try to get patterns that let's say you pick UK, try to get patterns that uses UK terms so that you know you don't get confused. Don't look at the two at the same time if you're a beginner. That's my advice. Otherwise, you're going to be confusing. Why? Because they have in US they have a stitch that is called a single crochet. UK term, it's a double crochet, and it's the same stitch. So you see, that's where the confusion is. And when it comes to US, double crochet is a totally different stitch compared to single crochet stitch. So that's where the confusion is. Because if you say you focus on, you get a pattern that says UK and you are doing US, then your pattern, your end project will not look, you'll be disappointed. So my suggestion, suggestion to you is that just pick one, whether you want to do the US or whether I want to do the UK term, because that's what I did, because I only focused on the US terms, and later on when I mastered the US terms and I could just say them even when I'm in my sleep, I would just easily wake up and say them. What I'm trying to say is that I mastered them, and when I was comfortable and I could trust myself that I won't get confused, then I started researching the UK terms. So that's my advice to you. Just pick one, focus on that, master it, and then go to the other one. Now, so back to what I was saying, I'm just going to give you example. So the first one, so this is going to be the US term that I'm going to be using, and the first one is CSC, which is a single crochet. Single crochet, and then we have the DC, which is double crochet. Right, so what is half double crochet? What is half crochet? What do you mean half crochet? Do you mean half double crochet? Half double crochet. So half double crochet, do you want me to demonstrate to you, or do you want me to just say it? Which one?
The guy say. And I said you'll say to them.
Do you want me to demonstrate to you, or do you want me to just say it? Because half double crochet is half double crochet is a bit shorter than the double crochet, and you can use it for whatever, scarves, cardigans, and so let me just demonstrate it to you so that you will know what I'm talking about. So let me just use this in my head. These are the same terms. Okay, so do you want to know the difference between double crochet in the UK term half double crochet UK term and US term? Is that it?
No. No, it's not.
Because I know these are the easiest, right? These are the easiest, and also they are, if you're a beginner, they are more challenging. Okay, so like I said, this tutorial is for beginners, absolute beginners. That is why I'm listing them, and trust me, if you're a beginner, you will get confused between the US term and the UK term. Because as you can see here, the US term, a single crochet is they call the stitch is a single crochet, but in the UK it's called a double crochet. And also in UK terms, they have double crochet as well, but it's not the same stitch. I hope I'm making clear. And that's where the confusion is. Okay? All right. I hope that is clear. But if you want to know, because I'm going to be explaining more of these stitches, difference between the UK and US terms in another video. So you mean single crochet and double crochet are different crochets? No, single crochet and double crochet are not different stitches. They are the same in terms of the US and UK. Okay, so we are seeing the difference here between the US and the UK. In UK term, it's a single crochet, but in UK it's a double crochet, right? But it is the same stitch. Okay, that is why, guys, I said if you are a beginner, just pick whether you are going to stick with US or with US term, or whether you're going to stick with UK term, because this can be really confusing if you are a beginner, right? I've tried to explain. I'll explain again. Right, we have US and we have UK terms, right? So I'm not a beginner. I'm currently practicing 5 months ago. Okay, so I'm going to explain this, guys, again. We have, for those who are not asking any questions and wondering what is she saying, so I will try by all means to explain. So we have US terms and we have UK terms. So we are just focusing on these two, right? US, UK. So US term is a single crochet. When it's in the UK term, it's a double crochet, but it's the same stitch, right? It's the same stitch. So that is the confusion there. So guys, to not confuse yourself, just focus on just picking only one. Focus on it, and you will not confuse. Like I said earlier, when I started with the US term, and when I was comfortable, I moved on to the UK terms. Some stitch, but UK and US call it different. Exactly. Yeah, they are stitches that are different also. Stitch names that are different, but they are the same stitches. Okay? Stitch names that are different, but they are the same stitches. Let me just get my oh no, not this one. Do I have it here? No. Okay, I think that's going to be another lie. Oh, I do have it. Okay, now let's look at this. These are crochet terms and abbreviations, and this is the UK, and this is the US, and that's the UK, right? So as I was saying, this is the single crochet. I don't know if you can see, this is the single crochet US and single crochet in UK terms. Can you see that? So it's the same stitch though. It's the same stitch, but it has different names. Now let's look at half double crochet. This is the UK. This is the column. Can you show me what you crocheted? I crocheted so many things. I crocheted. This is what I'm working on currently. I'm going to make it a cardigan. Right. This is the texture. This is what is it? Suzette stitch. Right. That's one, and I'm just going to show you the stuff that I did that are close to me right now. So that's a granny square. I did a whole lot of stuff. If you go on my YouTube, you see what I've crocheted. So that's a half double crochet, and UK it's a half triple crochet, but still is the same stitch. That's what matters. They have different names, but the same stitch. I know it's a bit confusing, but guys, just stick to the US. Trust me, you will not go wrong. Stick to the US term or UK. Just pick one, master it, and when you're comfortable, confident that you will not be confused, now go and learn the other one. That's it. Simple as that. Now, you're welcome. I am clear now. Cleared now. Thank you for suggesting. Okay, so carry on with the
that stitch.
no.
I like that stitch.
Okay, so now we're on mistake number 5, not reading patterns properly. So that is the next mistake. Let's see.
That stitch.
South Africa. I'm from South Africa.
We're not from South Africa. We're from South Africa.
So now, where was I? Okay, mistake number 5, not reading the patterns properly. And so I have a pattern here. I'm going to show you. I'm from India. You're welcome. You're welcome to my channel. What's your name? Poki. Poki, did I pronounce that properly? I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. So now I have like an example here of the patterns and abbreviation, and I'm using the US term. So always check on the pattern you have. It will show you whether you must use a UK term or whether to use US or UK term. So now that is the UK term. So round 1 we see now. So let's do round 1 together so that you will understand. So let me just put that there, and where is my hook? Okay, come here. Okay, so we are looking at that pattern together, and the row 1 says CH. Come on, zoom. CH, which means chain. So we are going to chain 21. So CH is abbreviation of chain. So CH, which means chain 1. Yeah, exactly. It's chain. So we are going to chain 21. So we're going to start with a slip knot. One, two, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, now we have 20 chains, right? Okay, now we have 20 chains, right? Now, after that, here it says DC. So DC, and remember it's UK terms. How many did I do? Didn't I do 21? Did I do 20? Okay, let me check. Let me read. You see why it's important to count your stitches. Okay, so let's check. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, thank you. Okay. You got me right there. Okay, 21. I changed 20 instead of 21. So 20, 21 right there. So the next part is DC, and Poki said double crochet means single crochet. Okay, so UK, we are doing the US term. Okay, so let's just stick to the US term so that we won't confuse others. And so it says double crochet into the fourth CH from HK. So Poki, you said what's HK? I don't know. What's HK? Yes. I think it means half. Nope. It doesn't mean half. It means double DC in the fourth CH from the HK, which means from the hook. Double crochet into the fourth chain from the hook. CHK means hook, abbreviation of hook. So it's saying we do double crochet into the fourth chain from the hook. So we are going to count our stitches 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here we're going to yarn over, and we're going to insert into that fourth chain, and then we yarn over, then we pull through. Now we have 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So that's one double crochet into that chain. So next, double crochet in each CH across turn. So we are going to double crochet all the way, and then when we get to the end we are going to turn. I practiced this first time, but I did not get it from last 5 months, so I tried and get it. That's good. Yeah, that's how it is when it comes to crochet. keep on practicing and practicing, and then you get it. Okay, so guys, like I said at the beginning of this live, that do what's comfortable for you. Like I said, when I lift up my finger, my index like that, I'm a bit slow, but when I relax it, then I'm comfortable, right? So I'm going to relax my index and do what's comfortable for me. What you making about this? What? I don't understand you. What you make? What am I making? I'm not making anything. I'm just teaching. Right now, I'm not making anything. I'm just teaching how to follow these abbreviations if you're a beginner. Crochet abbreviations. Okay, now we are at the end. Okay, again, guys, I know where my first stitch is here, but make sure you mark your first stitch. If you're a beginner and you want a straight edge, mark that first stitch. Mark the first and the last stitch so that you have a straight edge. Okay, now it says here, do you see in each stitch across stitch marker? Yes, use the stitch marker and then turn. So what I mean is, you just take this one. Oh, this one is easy to take. What I mean here is just mark that very first double crochet so that you will know when you're coming back to it. Mark it like that. Okay, so mark the last and the first here. So you need 2 stitch markers. What is the timing in South Africa? It's 16:31. 16:31. 29 minutes to 4. In India, in our India, it's 8:01. 8 as in the morning. Is it in the morning? Night. Oh, okay. So next we are going to do row 2, and we are going to follow. So here round 1, it just says you must turn, don't do anything, so we turn. So when you're turning, you just flip it like you're flipping a page, like so. That's how you turn. Okay, and then we check row 2. So row 2 says chain 2. Let's chain 2, and it says double crochet in the next ST. So here's a question for you, Poki. What is ST? I bet you know this one. What is ST? Anybody? Stitch, yeah. That's a stitch, and then it says chain 2 double crochet in the next ST, right? So we are going to chain 2, 1, 2, and double crochet in the next double crochet in the next stitch, right, like so. And then SK. Already brilliant. SK. What is SK? Anybody in the chat? What does the abbreviation SK stands for? SK. I bet this is a bit difficult. SK. Let me know the abbreviation. SK. Yes, SK. As you can see, the pattern there says row 2, chain 1, DC in the next stitch. Then it goes on to say SK1 ST. SK1 ST. It's like another language. Anyway, it says SK1 ST. SK1 ST. SK1 ST. SK1 ST. Yeah. So SK means skip. It's an abbreviation of skip. Okay. So we are going to skip one and into the next chain, like what the pattern is here. SK, which means skip 1 ST, skip 1 ST, DC in the next ST. All right. Skip 1 stitch, double crochet into the next stitch. So we skip that and then we did a double crochet into the next stitch. Wow, it's a crochet language. Yeah. Yeah. Now we were here. We did a double crochet in the next ST, and then we've got a symbol there. Let's just say it's a star. I don't know if it's a star, if there's a proper term for it, but let's just call it a star. You know what I mean? This one here, let's just say call it a star. So it says star ST. There's a star here. There's a reason why there is a star there. It says REP from star to, there's also another star, across and 10. What does that mean? That is different. That is a bit difficult. Now I'm going to start again. It says star REP from star to star, across and 10. Okay, so this was the next part here. It says REP. REP stands for repeat. Repeat from star. If you look here, there's a star here, so we have to repeat from that star to star, so which means from this star here all the way to the other star. And then when you are done repeating like that, repeat across and then 10. So which means, another word, you're repeating double crochet in the next ST, SK1 ST, double crochet in the next all the way across till we are done, then return. Madam, can I send in your community? Okay, you can do that. Now. So let's do that. We're going to repeat from double crochet in the next stitch, skip one stitch, double crochet into the next. So that's the pattern all the way to the end. So chain one. Okay, now we are going to skip one, and into the next we are going to do a double crochet, chain one, and into the skip one. Hi, how you doing? Skip one, into the next we do a double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, all the way to the end. And don't forget to mark your first double crochet. I always forget because I'm used to this. I've been crocheting for a long time now, so but always make sure you mark that stitch. And we carry on, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, 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 double crochet into the next. Now we remove this stitch marker, and then into that we do, don't forget to chain 1, and then into the next we do a double crochet. What crochet project is products as such? What crochet product? What is it for exactly? Sorry, madam. I think I'm saying that I send in community. Oh, you mean you send the pictures of your crochet products? I mean, things that you have crocheted before, things you were done. I mean, you made. Is that so? I mean, the pictures, right? Okay. So that is the pattern. Chain 1, skip 1. Yes, okay, I get you. So now next we are going to do round 3, and round 3 it says chain 2, but before we chain 2 we are going to turn. So why are the message being deleted? So we are going to chain 10, and then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we are going to double crochet into the next SD and CH1SP. There you are. Another question for everybody: what is HP1SP? Okay, HP1SP. HP1SP. Okay, so let me just carry on. So it says chain 2, double crochet in each SD and CH1SP. So it says double crochet in each stitch, right? And CH, and in the space it says chain 1 space. CH1SP, it means chain 1 space across. So they're trying to say we should make a double crochet in the double crochet and a double crochet in the chain 1 space across. So we are going to do here a double crochet and then another double crochet on top of the double crochet, like so, and then another double crochet and in the chain 1 space without, we are not making chains, and another double crochet on the double crochet and another double crochet into the chain 1 space and another double crochet again. And another double crochet and another one, So this is going to be the pattern. Double crochet into each double crochet and also into the chain one space all the way to the end. All the way to the end. Okay, and at the end we should have we have 2 stitches, then we carry on. What do you do when your yarn is less and it is not completed? You just have to buy, I think, you just have to buy more yarn or whatever. Now, into the next tier, we are going to do a double crochet right there. What are you saying? I don't get you. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. What are you saying? Five, 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 14 15 16 17 18 19. Now we have to do another one into the chains there. Remember, the chains counts as our double crochets. Okay, now we're going to chain 4, chain 1. So this one says chain 4, says chain 1 SC in each stitch across, single crochet. So we're just going to turn and chain 1. So guys, if you're enjoying this live, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let me know where you're watching me from. And then we're going to single crochet all the way to the end. So I was just doing this to show you. Do you know Hindu language? No, I do not. Can we do yarn over? When you're doing single crochets, you don't you mean when you're doing single crochets? Or what? What do you mean? Okay. So that is how you do US crochet. You follow a US term crochet pattern exactly like that, and then yeah, all the abbreviations are simple. Just know that SK, which means skip, this one CH1SP, chain 1 space. If it's SH2, this should be, what is this called? What is it called? Underscore, is it underscore or is it just a dash? It means if it's SH dash 2 SP, which means chain 2 space. I think that's all that you need to know. Everything is clear. HK means hook, so double crochet into the 4th CH chain from the hook. So that's what it means. Okay, so that was mistake number 5, and now we know. And now, guys, if you have enjoyed this live, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let me know what are your struggles with, if you're a beginner, yes, stuff like that. So now I want you to ask me any questions. Do you have hope of light? I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Hook of light. Hook of light. I don't understand what you're saying, but I do have, I mean, crocheting hooks of light. You mean plastic ones? You mean that are not the crochet hooks that are light, are not heavy? Because if you mean that, I have, these are plastic hooks, right? These are plastic hooks, and I also have metal hooks. Yes, these are plastic hooks, and also this is a plastic hook, right? And also you can also get like bamboo wood crochet hooks and bamboo crochet hooks, something like that. But yeah, those are the ones that I have, type of metal and plastic ones I have. Guys, hang on for me, I'll be right back. Let me take a break. Yeah. Je m'en souviens pas pour You're not going to sleep tonight? Hmm?
I'm going to sleep with
You're not sleeping. Sleep now. So, guys, unfortunately, we've come to the end of this live. If you enjoyed this live, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos or shorts or live streams, because I'll be going live every other day. No, I'll be going live on Thursdays, no, maybe Fridays and Saturday. And
Every day.
hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of those. And thank you so much for being with me, and hopefully you have learned something. See you in my next one. Bye.